Hey guys, it's Spyro4 here, and today we're checking out my top 3 favorite mice so far by the end of 2025. Sure, some of these came out last year, but these are just my personal picks so far, and I will tell you why I recommend them for my community. As usual, liking the video supports me a lot, and if you haven't subscribed yet, you're probably just trolling. But let's move on and start with the Scyrox V8. This is my must-use and my most favorite mouse so far, and it's mainly because of its value compared to the price. This is $69.99. It doesn't go on sale, unfortunately, but it's not inflated either. You can find it everywhere, and for that price you get the latest 3950 sensor, the greatest Nordic sensor that was the flagship last year, as well as the latest RAWM optical switches, decent coating. My favorite part about the mouse is the weight. This comes at 39 grams only, and a really back humped mouse here. This is probably one of the most back humped positioned mice right now in the market, forcing you to claw grip it. If you're a palm gripper, let's say, and you want to move on to claw grip, this is the mouse for you, I think. This hump back here kind of fills your palm and makes the mouse fit just like a glove in your hand. Keep in mind that these sides here are kind of straight and not as narrow, not as skinny as the OP18K, for example, and at the same time they don't flare out like the Viper V3 Pro or other mice. And since there is no perfect mouse in the market, yeah, there literally is no perfect mouse. This mouse has few cons, and then two cons only. I'm going to list them really quick. The mouse scroll wheel is a little bit stiff to click or to press down to actuate. This is why I only play FPS shooter games with Scyrox V8. Maybe my unit has stiffer click. Maybe other people got lucky with the scroll wheel click. And secondly, the skates here, I'm using the Unusual 8 Sports from AliExpress. These are pure PTFEs rather than the ones that come right outside of the box. They're not the best out there. But yeah, besides that, guys, for $69 you're getting a lot. And even now in 2026, a lot of budget brands are pushing up their prices, and this was and still a steal. If you want to watch the full review I made a year ago, here it is, and as well as the other mice reviews in the description below. Moving on to my second top 3 mouse right now and most used is the RAWM ES21 Pro. They came out with a blue Leviathan collaboration one that's a little bit bigger than this one. It's similar to the Viper V3 Pro, but I prefer the original ES21 Pro shape because it's a little bit smaller, it's more comfortable, and guess what, again, this is the same price as the Scyrox V8. For $69 you're getting the same specs, the 3950, the same Nordic MCU. Instead of Armor opticals, unfortunately they have Ratio opticals. They're not bad or terrible or anything, but I switched them to my Viper V3 Pro switches here, and the mouse is just a 10 out of 10 now. Don't mind the dot positioning skates because the mouse comes with the best skates out there I experienced on gaming mice, so make sure you watch the full review as well. The skates that come outside of the box are amazing, and also the coating is decent. One more thing I forgot to talk about is the colors of these budget mice. For $69 you're getting shiny, beautiful colors. And finally, the flagship houses Logitech and Razer are copying these, like with Razer Viper V3 Pro green and Logitech baby blue, copying it from Scyrox V6 and Leviathan ATK. So yeah, they're waking up in terms of the shiny colors, but these budget mice offer great colors and unique shapes. These two are not clones of anything else, and my third one is one. I'm coming right to it. Let's go back and talk about the RAWM ES21 Pro. Damn, this shape is so nice. If you want like a little bit smaller Viper V3 Pro, I wouldn't say it's much more comfortable than it, but the side grooves here, they don't flare out. They're just shaped way better than the Viper V3 Pro. The weight as well, this comes at only 48 or 49 grams on my scale, which isn't as good as Scyrox V8, but keeping in mind the shape here, the shape is a little bit bigger. This could be great for palm grip. This gives me kind of the Maya X vibes, but the side grooves are a little bit different. But the mouse just feels really comfortable in the hand, more comfortable than Scyrox V8. This Scyrox is perfect for precision during FPS tactical games, and this one is just better for comfort. And for example, I enjoy this on Fortnite. This is my go-to Fortnite mouse. This is for Valorant, CSGO, Rainbow Six Siege. The scroll is using the TTC Gold and very spammable, way better than Scyrox V8. No play on the buttons, great battery life, great tech implementation and sensor. And the number one reason why you would buy this mouse is probably the shape. The shape is really interesting. I don't know exactly how to explain. The shape is just amazing. It's a mix between the Maya X, the Viper V3 Pro, a little bit from Logitech, a little bit from here and there, and the size as well is not as big as these mice I just mentioned. It's a little bit smaller. It's just amazing. I can't really praise it much. That's why I will put it down and move on to the last top 3, or let's say my least favorite out of these 3 only, but it's just way better than the mice I have in my rotation. This is the Pulsar X10s. I also reviewed it if you want to watch the full review, but this is a bigger scaled Scyrox V8 in my opinion, like the same kind of vibe, but this one is just fuller and bigger, and hump here in your hand. It just fills your entire hand. So this is definitely palmable. You can palm grip this mouse, right? It's mostly catered towards claw, maybe a hybrid. It just depends on your hand size. If you have small hands, this mouse is definitely not for you. This is even medium hands will struggle to reach the side buttons. With a better side button positioning, this mouse would have been perfect and would have been really, really popular right now in the market. But since these side buttons aren't positioned well, a lot of people don't really pull the trigger on the Tenz Signature Edition mouse. So talk about the shape a little bit. What I like about it is that kind of the same vibe as Scyrox V8 in terms of the side grooves. They're just straight and narrow, as you can see, but they're not too thin. They're just a little bit thinner than the Scyrox, actually. I mean, the mouse is bigger, but as you can see, you'd be surprised how the designs of mice are. Like if you look at it from the bottom, they look similar. But like if you look at it from this side, let's say Scyrox V8 is definitely lower height, and this one is way higher. And even on the camera may not look as high, but if you go on eloshapes.com, look how big it is actually. So it fills my entire palm. The precision is really nice, but keeping in mind, this doesn't go above 50. This is 48 grams mouse, and the default skates are amazing. Comes with the latest 3950 and FE opticals implementation by Pulsar. So these opticals are just bouncy. They have a little bit of post travel, but these are really nice. Very, very spammable. I do enjoy these a lot during gaming. Very spammable scroll wheel, notched as well. Side buttons are spammable, cool, but the positioning is terrible on these. So for medium and large hands, this is your heaven. If you have, let's say, 19 centimeter hands or 20 centimeter hands, this is your heaven mouse, man. Just get this one already. I just really enjoy back humps, and I enjoy the back humps that actually fill the back of my palm, not the ones that come a little bit forwarded, like the OP1 AK shape, for example. It's not usually positioned all the way back here. It's a little bit centered than usual. I don't like those that much anymore. I just prefer these ones that just really like just fill your palm all the way back here, man. But you may ask, why do I still like the RAWM? I still like the RAWM because it slopes down really quick, so this knuckle just kind of sits on top of the hump here, the centric hump, and it just makes me claw grip, and it's also so comfortable. The side button positioning is really important to me. Plays a big role here. I enjoy this mouse so much, the Tenz mouse, but side positioning is, I mean, it's reachable, it's great, but I wish it was better, you know, but it still sits in a better state in my rotation. It's better than the ATK F1 in my opinion. I just perform better. ATK F1 seems a little bit smaller. Let's say the duckbill is a great mouse, but it's too low in terms of the height. Side positioning, button positioning is terrible in the duckbill. That's why I prefer the Tenz over it. A lot of other mice out there, I mean, Logitech, I don't use that anymore. But let's go back to the rule of thumb here. Shape is king. I have way better mice than these three, right? And more expensive than them, but I use these because these shapes just sit really well with my hand, and that's why you should as well buy the shape that you enjoy. Don't look for these stats too much or the 8K pulling rates. I used to be a firm believer that 8K actually improves my gameplay, but over time it just drains my battery, and I hate it every time I have to recharge my mice because 8K drains them. So I decided to play on 1K, and I performed just the same as 8K. The entire 2025 I was playing on 1K pulling rates. So yeah, if you like one of these three mice or any other mice, you will find the affiliated link in the description below if you want to buy them from there. It's going to support me a lot. And if you're still watching and you haven't liked the video yet, you're probably still trolling again, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.